Hello my friends, Glenn McGrath here, and in this video I'm going to look at our power of belief, because belief is our creative power. We believe that other things have power over us, but whatever it is, whether it's a thought or a person or a situation, it only has power over us if we believe it. So it is so important to understand where and how we activate our power of belief. And that of course also covers the whole question of self-belief. On the last video I looked at the 5 elements of the switch, and you will only activate those and act on them if you believe. If you believe in the ideas themselves, the possibilities, and of course if you believe in yourself, in your own ability to act on them and to create the life that you want to create. So, many people, as we know, struggle with low self-belief, and you could also call that low self-esteem. And there are many psychological and therapeutic ways of addressing that. Now I'm not going to go into those right now, but I'm going to share some ideas from quite a different perspective. And I'll say up front, if your self-belief is low, it's simply because you do not know who you are. That may seem like a bold statement to make, but I make it because I know when we truly know who we are, and not just in an intellectual sense or as a concept, when we truly know, when we embody that and feel it and connect with it and have a living relationship with the truth of who we are, then self-belief is not a problem at all. So, what is the truth of who we are? We can look at that from all sorts of perspectives, and for a few moments I'm going to look at it from an evolutionary perspective. The universe has been evolving for roughly 14 billion years, and it goes through successive stages of evolution, and each stage allows the next stage to evolve, and any particular stage cannot appear without the preceding stages setting the stage, as you might say. So the universe appeared out of the Big Bang. Then the universe, the raw stuff of the universe, made galaxies possible. Then galaxies made solar systems possible. Solar systems made planets possible. And in our solar system, it's made planet Earth possible. And planet Earth has made life possible. And then when you look at life, bacterial life, which seems to be in the first emergence of life, made more complex life forms possible. Then vegetative life made animal life possible. Animal life made human life possible. Each stage evolves out of the previous stage. And now, with the human being, is made consciousness possible. For 14 billion years, the universe is evolving to make consciousness possible. It is the sum total of all the evolutionary experience, consciousness. And guess what? You have consciousness, and I have consciousness. We are the carriers and the activators of the consciousness that the universe has spent 14 billion years creating and evolving. That is what you have going for you. You have 14 billion years of evolution encoded into you that now makes consciousness possible. Now let's look at your consciousness. Because you have human self-aware consciousness, what is possible? You can think, for a start off. That is awesome. that is unprecedented and unseen in 14 billion years of evolution. You can imagine, again, an awesome capacity unseen in evolution. You can create. You can solve problems. You can invent. You can relate in all sorts of emotional and heart-centered ways. All capacities not seen before in evolution. This is what you can do. You have amazing capacities, potentials and abilities just by being who you are. And if you think about human life on Earth, the last few thousand years that we know of, all the things that humans have done, the thinking, the creating, the inventing, the achievements, everything that's been activated and lived out and expressed and achieved, that is all encoded into you. Every generation has encoded their experiences, their achievements, their potentials into the next generation. That's how evolution continues. You are the inheritor of all of that. Take a moment now to think of any quality or any capacity that you may wish to grow or get more of in some way. Whether it's the capacity to create something new or to solve a mathematics problem or to communicate in a certain way or to draw out inner qualities like strength or resilience or compassion, whatever it might be that you may wish to cultivate or access, that is already encoded within you. Because those qualities, capacities, abilities, achievements have already been expressed and they have been passed on. This is you. This is what you hold within you. To use a physical term, it's in your DNA, but it's also in your latent capacities. And not only that, you, like me, like all of us, but you are the seed for the future. The oak tree already exists in the acorn. The delicious crisp apple that you love biting into already exists in the apple seed. So all that is to come, all that we are to achieve, all the evolution that can still happen through consciousness is already contained in the seed that you are. You are the inheritor and the sum total of all that's gone before, and you are the seed of all that will come. Now, if you could wake up tomorrow morning totally believing that, well, I'm sure you believe it. It seems pretty obvious to me. I hope it seems obvious to you. But at a core cellular level, if you could wake up tomorrow morning saying, yes, that's the truth about who I am. I totally get that. That's exciting. That's awesome. This is my true capacity. I am sure that your self-belief would be going up and up and up. How could it not do so if you know that's the truth of who you are? Now, let's bring this down to more practical, everyday terms. Every day we wake up and all of us, we have basically a bunch of thoughts going on in our minds and feelings that go with them. And for many people, they practice the same thoughts over and over and over. And they believe their thoughts, which means that they believe or think, assume, that their thoughts are the truth. Now you take some thoughts about yourself. Let's imagine for a moment that your self-belief is low and you want to raise it. People with low self-belief normally have what I'll call negative or limiting beliefs about themselves. I'm not good enough, I'm too dumb, I've got no education, I'm powerless, I can't make things work, nobody likes me, I'm all alone. Goes on and on and on. You know the thoughts. We all entertain them at some time. Now what we do is we literally live inside those thoughts. They become the framework around which we construct our lives, around which we see ourselves, and the lens through which we see the world and our life in the world. So basically everything becomes filtered through those thoughts, which we assume are the truth. We give them power over us by believing them. And this gets us stuck, this gets us trapped. We feel awful because of that, simply because we're believing a lie. We're believing thoughts that constrict us right down to being something or somebody insignificant and helpless and powerless, whereas our real truth is what we've just been exploring. Now, let's imagine you just zoom back. Take a step backwards and look at what's going on as the person thinking the thoughts. So you are the person with the capacity to think. And because you have that capacity, you are thinking these thoughts and then getting trapped in them because you're believing them. When you're there in those thoughts, that's all you can see. Again, because you're believing them. Step back, say, hey, this is just a set of thoughts that I am thinking. I have the capacity to think, so therefore I have the capacity to choose what I think. I could think something different. In this moment, I have the power to stop thinking I am powerless and to think I am powerful or I can do it, whatever the thought might be. Then I can start to emotionally invest in that thought, get excited about it, believe in it, and start to act upon it. And when I do that, that will become my truth. So right in this moment, there's a corny old saying, which happens to be the truth, our power is in the present moment. And that's simply because in this present moment, we can step back into that perspective, recognize, hey, I'm the one making the choice. I'm the one thinking the thought. I'm the one imagining the future. And there's limitless thoughts, possibilities that I can imagine and think. I can choose them. And when we look at it from that perspective, we realize that what we were assuming to be the truth was only a set of images and thoughts that we had created in our minds, and then created our lives according to them. So our lives may appear to reflect that truth back to us, but when we unravel the whole process we've been involved in for a long, long time, we can see it actually started this way. We started by believing those thoughts, then acting according to those beliefs and creating our lives accordingly. This is who you are. You are the one with the capacity to think. You are the creator of your thoughts. You are the one who has the choice. And you are the one who can choose where you place your power of belief. Knowing that where you place your belief, that becomes your power. So if you place your belief in thoughts that serve you, that expand you, that remind you of the truth of who you are, that's where your power is. That's how your life will start to unfold if you act upon it. And of course, why wouldn't you if you believe that? Now here's the ironic twist. There are many people, and maybe some of you watching this, may disagree with this. Say, this guy is talking rubbish. I've got no power over my life. I think that other people are controlling me, whatever it might be for you. And that's your truth. And from that truth, you dismiss what I say. So, let's just do what I've been suggesting. Let's just step back, zoom back. You are the one choosing to believe that thought. And as the one who thinks the thought, you could think a different thought. if you wanted to. You may not want to. That's entirely your choice. And you may have your reasons why you want to believe that. That's your business. But it does not deny the fact that you are the one choosing that. And whether you accept this or not as well, if you choose to believe something else and make that your truth, you will start to see different evidence in your life as well. So that's the crazy thing. If you even choose to disagree with this or think it's rubbish, the very fact that you can do that proves the truth of what I'm saying. You're the one thinking that thought. So you can see the dimensional shift. The way we normally go through lives is we believe what our thoughts tell us about ourselves. So if our thoughts are telling us I'm powerless, I'm stupid, I can't do it, that becomes our truth and we live within that. The dimensional shift is away from that, saying no, I'm the one who's choosing that. And, as I said in the last video as well, regardless of what your upbringing has been like, regardless of what your mother or father was like, regardless of what happened in your previous relationships or how many times you failed, it doesn't matter. Because right in this moment, you still have that choice. Now, obviously, it may matter in the sense that you may have to go through a process to change those thoughts and to emotionally invest and make your truth other thoughts. It doesn't matter in the sense it does not deny the truth of who you are. Now, I'm convinced that if you really take that on board at a gut level, at a cell level, as I said before, that's going to do wonders to any self-belief issues that you may have. And it will also do wonders to your ability to believe that you can create the life that you want to create. There's the power that you have. So I'd suggest that as a strategy. Every day, take 5 minutes, maybe more than once a day if you want to. Take 5 minutes to zoom back, to step out of the thoughts that you're believing. See those thoughts just as thoughts. They're coming and going in your mind. Thoughts that you entertain in your mind. And then remind yourself, well, I'm not that. I am the one choosing that. I am the one with the power to think that or to think other thoughts. Remind yourself, that's who I am. And hopefully get excited about that. Get inspired about that. Get into inspiration, being in spirit. Because that will transform the way you see yourself and the way you see your possibilities in life. So high self-belief, high self-esteem is available right now if you start seeing it in those terms and then doing the things that you need to do to reinforce that understanding and to switch your emotional investment away from the thoughts that were disempowering you into these thoughts that will empower you and serve you better. Have fun with that. Now, I'd be thrilled to hear back from you. You can post comments in the comment boxes below this video, and if you practice these strategies, I'll be thrilled to hear what results you get. Have fun with it. Thank you for watching, and bless you.